it's Grandma Joan. Back again. I'm now 78 years old and I still love to tell jokes, and the dirtier the better. Okay? First. Okay? This beautiful blonde's speeding down the highway in her red Corvette. So the officer pulls her over. He says, "License and insurance, please." "Oh, officer, I don't have any license or insurance." He says, "Just a minute." So he goes back to his car and he phones the chief. He says, "Chief, I have a beautiful blonde here speeding down the highway in her red Corvette. She has no license and no insurance. What do you want me to do?" He says, "You go back to her car and unzip your fly." "What?" "Do as I tell you." So he goes back to her car. He unzips his fly. She said, "Oh, officer, not another breathalyzer." Okay, 2. All right. This retired sailor put on his uniform, went down to the docks for old time's sake. So he sees a pretty woman standing there, so he starts talking to her, and she tells him that she's a prostitute. Gee, he rushes her right back to his bedroom. And he was going at it, and him being old and out of practice, he said, "How am I doing?" She said, "Well, old sailor, you're doing about 3 knots. "What do you mean 3 knots? She said, "You're not hard, you're not in, and you're not getting your money back." Okay. Now, all right. This gay goes to the doctor, and he said, "Doc, as you can see, I don't have a hair on my head. Is there anything that you could give me to grow some hair?" The doctor said, "Well, all you have to do is rub some Vaseline on your head, and you'll have a good growth of hair in 6 weeks." So he goes home, and he's sitting on the bed, and he's rubbing the old Vaseline on his head, and his partner comes in. He said, "What the hell are you doing?" He said, "Well, the doctor told me that if I rub Vaseline on my head, in 6 weeks I'll have a good growth of hair." He says, the partner says, "You know that's not true. If that was true," he said, "you'd have a ponytail growing out of your ass."
Dirtier!
Anyway, oh, Bessie lived on a dairy farm in Iowa. She worked long hours looking after the cows. So one day she was in the supermarket, and they have a contest going for the best slogan for canned carnation milk. And it had to start with, "Carnation milk is the best of all." "Geez," Bessie says, "I can do this. I know all about milk." So she goes home and writes a slogan and sends it in. So about a week later, this big limo pulls up to her door. He said, "Bessie, we really liked your slogan, but I'm sorry we can't use it." And this is how it went. "Carnation milk is the best of all. No tits to pull, no shit to haul. No buckets to wash, no hay to pitch, just poke a hole in the son of a bitch."
Granny's getting dirtier.
This husband's upstairs watching a TV show about to be the man of the house. So when it's over, he goes downstairs to the kitchen and says to his wife, "From now on, I'm the man of the house and you'll do as I say. First," he says, "you will prepare me a gourmet supper. Then you will bake me a scrumptious dessert. Then we will go upstairs and have sex the way I want it. Then you will run my bath, you'll scrub my back, and you'll bring me my robe. And guess who tomorrow's going to comb my hair and dress me?" She said, "The fucking undertaker would be my first guess." Well, that's all. Maybe see you next year.
Bye.